Hello and welcome to the barn. And inside the barn there's a new addition to the family. It's this Massey Ferguson 35 tractor, or referred to here in France as the 835 DS. So it's a diesel tractor. It's got the standard 23C 4-cylinder diesel engine, known to sometimes give starting issues. So as you can see, it's a bit of a project, so there will be a whole series of videos coming on me putting this back together. The previous owner had bought it, had used it, then decided the paint looked a little bad, want to give it all some love and attention and restore it. Then other projects came and this got sat and left behind. So it last ran around December 2021, he said, so it's actually not really too long ago. So got to make a plan of what comes first, putting the engine, fuel tank and all of that, making sure it still runs, as well as giving it a service. He said something about oils being changed, but the engine oil is quite thick. The transmission oil is milkshake, so not off to a good start there. And then we got to see what else needs doing. I'm going to restore it completely. Probably not, because it will be put back to use. And the fully restored tractor, you don't really want to get that all scratched up and dirty. But we will have to replace certain things, as there are some broken things, worn out things. So at the same time, looks like the axle seal at the rear is weeping, so he did say something about the brakes really need to be stamped on to work. So I don't know, they've been contaminated. Tires are also not that great, but for around here, that'll be fine, as long as they still stand upright. Because, well, one of these tires, new, you're looking at 600 euros each. That's more than the price of the whole tractor. So for now they'll go. It does have a license and the paperwork is still active for it, so it can go on the road. Obviously I would not trust those tires on the road, but that's for somewhere in the future. Then all of this, so it came with this trailer bar, which is nice because that alone is about 100 euros. This 3-point arm here at the top, usually also you don't see that, that's another 100 euros. The trailer hitch also, usually you don't see that, that's a 60-70 euro part. So overall, quite happy that that is all included. As I say, it does have paperwork, which also makes it worthwhile, so you can tow a trailer on the road. Towing on complete weight plus a trailer that it is allowed to tow, according to the plate, is around 7.4 tons. Should get me somewhere. And here we got the engine. It's all looking very nice. So things we need to replace are things such as the steering rod joints, steering wheel. It's got a custom fabricated steering wheel. The seat is patched up, but actually still quite okay. The oil in the transmission, we got to change that, and there's no point in changing the oil if we don't change the boots, because these boots are deteriorated. So if you wash the tractor or whatnot, water goes into the transmission and you get a milkshake. So that's what we got to do. Have to change out the oil in the oil bath air cleaner. This little tank, I believe you fill with diesel. Then there's a little push plunger rod that pushes diesel fuel into here. Then you preheat it with this, and that should, in theory, make the engine start quicker, because you heat a little bit of diesel in the intake, and then that hot diesel goes straight into the engine and should start it. So the starter mode was apparently rebuilt, so another good thing. The belt doesn't look too old over here, so we've got another joint that needs replacing. We have some mismatched tires at the front. The rest of the pieces, I do have the radiator, the fuel tank, the shroud, the instrument cluster, some new gauges, also a new starter switch. There's apparently some play in that one. Then it just needs a going over. I have not bought any implements yet. All I need for here is a lawn mowing attachment, but new and second hand, you're looking at about 1,300 euros for just an attachment like that. And the tractor itself costs less than an attachment. So it got transported here on a man with a van and a trailer. But he was registered, so he dropped it off. Also cost a bit more than I had wanted, but he was the cheapest and he came on time. It's got a toolbox, nice to have. That's the old registration number. It is no longer active. A new registration number will be issued for this tractor, as that the old style ones is only still allowed to be used with the original owner, and everything that gets registered now with old style number plates gets a whole new number plate number, as well as new style. But because this vehicle's tractor is from 1964, I can put a black and white aluminium plate on it as a vintage plate, which would look nicer than the newer blue and white plates. And where do we start? One thing that is often also forgotten is that the oil needs to be changed out of the injection pump. And we probably changed the oil filter, changed a few filters whilst we're here anyway. No point in not doing that all at once. Then there was an oil drop hanging from the sun plug, so probably missing a gasket or something. There are some new radiator hoses, so I have to see what is here and what is not. Same as the hose that goes from the air filter to the manifold is all cracked. I have to check which parts I do have and which I don't. But anyway, you'll be seeing this in the future, so I thought I'd introduce it to you, this new project, and then it should be able to maintain my property, which is just under 1 hectare. But thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next video.